This is GerotheHero, and this is my review of High School of the Elite, Episode 12, the finale. Now, overall, it was a great ending. Some of the things that happened in this episode I didn't expect to happen. At the beginning of this episode, we find out that Class A is behind everything. The spies from Class C, capturing all the points, finding out who the leader of the Class D was. Everything was by calculations that they would be ahead of everyone, and they would be way ahead of Class D, which I really didn't get why they had to crush D so badly. Is it just because the school essentially wants to treat them bad? In reality, I think kids probably wouldn't care about this. The Class C leader, Kakeru, acted like he was sitting out the exam, but really he was the head spy finding out who all the leaders were from each class. Now, Kiyotaka and Suzune talk about how they have to find Ibuki, the girl that stole her leader card, and how she has to try it even though she's sick. But surprisingly, Kiyotaka knocks her out and tells his teacher that she is dropping out. Now, initially I thought he did this because he felt like she was going to be more trouble to take care of, and that he would have a better time figuring out this himself, but Kiyotaka always has a reason for the things he does. Kiyotaka has to break the news to Hirata, and you can tell he doesn't know how to take this. He feels all the responsibility for this. At first, I thought it was crazy that they were going to show the results of the exam so soon in the episode. Now, Class C and A surprisingly lose, and then Class B comes in second place, and Class D surprisingly wins with the highest points. It's explained that Class C pretended like they didn't care, but they were really working with Class A to spy for them. And I thought the two people that were in Class B and D from Class C were working as spies from the beginning. The Class C leader stays to find out each of the leaders' name, but doesn't have the proof for all of them. So Class A just uses the information for Class D's leader identity. Now, what everyone didn't know is that Kiyotaka paid points to change who the leader was from Suzune to himself, which countered the points that Class A would have gotten from guessing Class D's leader. As well, he figures out all of the other leaders' names. Now, everyone is impressed with what happened, but Kiyotaka doesn't take the credit. He makes it out so Suzune is the one that came up with the plan, when really how could she have come up with it if she was the one that was sick on the boat and now seems to have helped her get into Class A. Again, Kiyotaka gets to talk with his teacher, and she congratulates him and finally explains that the person who wanted him expelled was his own father. And I thought it was interesting that they had this parallel with the story of Icarus again, and how his father warned him not to go close to the sun. Kiyotaka explains that he will do whatever he thinks is necessary. Suzune finally figures out that she was given credit for what he accomplished, and you can tell she's impressed with what he has done, and surprisingly smiles, which I didn't think would happen. A little part of me hopes this was partly why he did all the crazy things he does. But he states in his thoughts that he feels that all peoples are tools to win, so he's basically saying that even though Suzune, who was super close to him, is a tool for him to use, which is pretty creepy. I give Lerchick credit to make a suspense show without killing everyone, like for example in Danganronpa or Magical Girl Raising Point. Overall, I give this series an A-, only because the pacing in the beginning is slow and a lot of people couldn't keep up their interest to get to the end of the show. The music was okay, it wasn't anything memorable, but it wasn't bad. The visuals were really great, and the attention to the characters' eyes is what draws you, like Kiyotaka, for instance. The concept was very interesting. I could see students in real life falling for the same thing that Class D did. Spend all their points right away and then realize that they don't earn points quickly or easily, and that the initial amount that they got is the total amount that they would get. I think the draw of this show is figuring out Kiyotaka's motivation and why he's in Class D. He clearly messed up his entrance exam on purpose. Seeing that journey and how he solves problems is what keeps your interest in this show. I definitely would welcome a sequel if they ever made one. Mostly to see more of his background and what got him to this conclusion, because I don't think he just started out that way. I mean, they really kind of give you glimpses of his past, but they don't really explain it. But overall, really great show. But like always, comment below, subscribe, and follow me on Twitter, and I will see you next time.